Hey dudes, welcome back to Broadcast Obituaries. I am your host, Rob.
Dudes, I'm your other host, Aaron. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Firefly, of course.
Yeah.
The episode is called Safe, and we were watching it in, just a reminder, we're watching it in as it was intended to be aired, or watched, or viewed, not as it was aired, because the networks don't know what they're doing and they screw everything up. But today's episode, Safe, originally aired Friday, November 8th, 2002. I'm not going to read through all of this because we're going to literally talk about this episode, but there's some cows and there's some shooting and some cool stuff. And some flashbacking and some witches. It's going to be good.
It's a smorgasbord of delight.
It's got everything.
It really does. What more could you ask?
Yeah.
Did my dude scare you there? I'm trying to bring back, some 90s talk. We talk 90s all the time. I feel like we should have a 90s flavor to the show.
Yeah.
Cowabunga.
Yeah, we did that last time.
I think
Bodacious.
So. Yeah.
But all we're going to do is throw out Ninja Turtle references.
Well, I mean, I guess they might have been maybe a little more 80s, but
yeah,
they definitely feel like 90s to me as well. So also I feel like some of that is Simpsons references. So
they are. You're right. Yeah.
There's a lot of overlap.
Bart definitely carried that. Yeah.
Sure did. Dude.
It's a sign of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before we jump in, as we do.
That's
just the same way that people sometimes just walk out of windows, as they do.
They sure do.
It's a callback to Kindred. If you haven't watched that season, go back and watch it. That was pretty fantastic writing in that show. That line specifically will always stick with me for the rest of ever. So
I feel like that's on pace to becoming a catchphrase on our show here. You bust it out fairly often. I like it
because it's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
She walked out a window, as people do. Yeah, that just happens all the time. Maybe in Russia. Happens in Russia a lot.
Maybe. Yeah.
A lot of people are just falling out of windows.
Yeah. They don't have the safety precautions like the rest of the world has.
Like what?
Like windows that lock if you're above like the 4th or 5th floor on a building.
But how many of them are actually big enough just to walk out of?
It's true. They might not have the money over there for big enough windows.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's sad.
I don't know where this is going anymore.
Me either, but speaking of Russia, we might get to that in a bit when I do the movie in a minute.
Movie in a minute today. Okay. All right. Yes. Well, before we jump to movie in a minute, do you want to take us back in time to November 8th, 2002?
Let's go back in time.
Let's do it.
All right. Okay.
Back in time. Back in time. Back in time.
Great. So we're going back in time to November 8th, 2002.
I don't like change.
This is a change.
Rob.
We have never done this before. We have never done this for back in time before. This is all new here. Hang on a second. Let me get my glasses
Rob,
on here.
Your age is showing.
Yes, I got to get my readers out for this because today we are looking at the New York Times bestseller list. And in case you don't know, that's books. That's books, people. Those are big things that are printed on paper and they're bound with chunks of cardboard. And
they got lots of words and letters inside of them.
Lots of little marks inside there. That's what we're looking at today. We are going to talk about books. Number 15. This is a book called Baudolino by Umberto Eco. And the summary says, a 12th century man, protege of the Emperor Frederick Barbarossa, ventures into a phantasmagorical landscape in search of the legendary Prester John. I really just wanted to say that word, phantasmagorical.
That's cool.
That word has never been said on our show before, and I think
the last time.
It very well might, yes. Number 14, it's called Blood of Victory by Alan Furst. Fleeing occupied Paris in 1940, a world-weary exile joins a covert operation working to sabotage the flow of Romanian oil to Nazi Germany. So it seems like World War II stories have never gone out of style.
No, and like the early 2000s, it was probably huge. The History Channel was pretty much just the World War II channel.
Right. Yep. Still very popular. Number 13 is a book called Red Rabbit by Tom Clancy. In the early 1980s, when he is a CIA novice, Jack Ryan acts to thwart a Soviet plot against the Pope. I love Tom Clancy. I read this book fairly close to when it came out. This is one of his later ones. This is like 12th or 13th in his Jack Ryan books. A lot of his books tie into this same shared universe. Jack Ryan was his main guy, main character from Hunt for Red October, Sum of All Fears,
Yep.
Clear and Present Danger. Those are all books that became movies. Patriot Games, same one.
Yeah.
Same main character in all of those. Red Rabbit is a prequel, kind of. So I think it takes place kind of back near the time frame of Patriot Games.
I'm watching through the TV series right now.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
forgot.
on season 3. Just started season 3.
Cool. You like it?
That's great. It's
Nice.
really good.
I think we
Yeah.
watched the first 2 seasons. Haven't gone back to it since, but
Yeah.
maybe I'll
I
finish
think
it.
it's cool. It's nice little spy stuff.
Are
you know?
there 4 seasons?
I think there's 4 seasons and a movie now.
Movie
Yeah.
now, right? Cool.
Yep.
All right. Number 12 on the list, The Thousand Orcs by R.A. Salvatore. Do you know R.A. Salvatore?
I do. I've heard of this. I've not read it, but I've seen this one on the shelves.
Yeah. So he is most famous, I think. So I don't do Dungeons and Dragons. However, there is a series of books called The Forgotten Realms, or it's the Forgotten
Yep.
Realms campaign of Dungeons and Dragons. They have a bunch of books in this series. R.A. Salvatore wrote a series of books within that series. So his personal series that he wrote is called The Legend of Drizzt, Drizzzt. His series, The Legend of Drizzt, is split up into numerous smaller trilogies that he wrote. This is book 1 of something called the Hunter's Blades trilogy. It was one of the later trilogies that he wrote there. So this one says a fantasy novel featuring the mighty warrior named Drizzt Do'Urden. I can't say the last name.
I can never pronounce the names.
I can barely say Drizzt. The nice thing about reading a book on paper is you don't have to know how to pronounce the names. You just have to recognize what it looks like.
Yep. You can mispronounce it in your head all you want.
Yep. So I guess that was not much of a description on here, but I thought that was cool. I know you've done some Dungeons and Dragons, and lots of folks have. If Dungeons and Dragons are your jam, let us know. I'm curious how many people out there are playing that. How many people have read this book, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm playing through a campaign with my kids right now. The Stranger Things campaign that came out.
Oh, yeah.
So
Cool.
it's been a lot of fun.
I think it's pretty crazy that a book like such a niche genre book, like it's the first book of a trilogy inside of another series, inside of another series, inside of a world of a game. And this is on the New York Times bestseller as number 12. That's crazy.
It's huge.
Yeah. Number 11, I Don't Know How She Does It by Alison Pearson, a 35-year-old hedge fund manager in London, struggles with her job, her children, and her husband. That is definitely not a book I would ever read.
No.
It was number 11 on this list. It seems like it did well. Great for her. And I am glad there were many people that wanted to read that one. This next one also does not sound like one that I would want to read, but maybe slightly more. It's called Blessings by Anna Quindlen. When the young caretaker of an estate finds a newborn girl in a box, his employer, an 80-year-old matriarch, decides to help him keep the baby. Kind of sounds a little bit more interesting to me. There's a bit of a mystery in there. Where does this baby come from? Number 9 on the list is called The Murder Book by Jonathan Kellerman. The psychologist detective Alex Delaware probes the long-ago murder of a young woman. I've never read anything by Jonathan Kellerman. I don't know about you. I've wanted to, though. He is on my list. This was actually the 16th book in his Alex Delaware series. That series continues to this day. Book 41, Jigsaw, came out this year. So,
oh, wow.
Pretty impressive.
Heard of him.
Kellerman? I've heard of Jonathan Kellerman for sure. I've definitely never heard of Alex Delaware as the series name. But yeah, he's been around. These books started coming out, I think, in the late 80s, mid to late 80s. So I love a good long-running mystery series. They're the best. And we're going to see that again on this list here shortly. Number 8, it's called The Little Friend by Donna Tartt. A 12-year-old girl in a small Mississippi town sets out to discover who killed her 9-year-old brother when she was just a baby. I had never heard of this book before. However, the name Donna Tartt sounded familiar. She actually wrote the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel The Goldfinch in 2013. That also became a movie a few years later.
Yep.
The Goldfinch was massively popular. You could, anytime you walked into a bookstore around 2013, 2014, it was sitting out somewhere.
It was everywhere.
To see. Yes.
Yeah.
Number 7 is called From a Buick 8. Do you know who wrote it?
No.
That's okay. I wasn't sure how familiar you were with this. That's a Stephen King novel.
Oh, okay.
An abandoned 1954 Buick Roadmaster turns out to be a conduit to another evil dimension.
Sounds very Stephen King.
It's very Stephen King.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what kind of reputation it has in the general Stephen King fandom. I love this novel. I don't know if I'd put it in my top 5 or 10 of his novels. I could sit down and talk probably. I could fill multiple podcasts with Stephen King talk if we ever want to do that. But I definitely really like this book. I can understand why people might not like it because there is very little plot to this book. It is all about the theme and people dealing with this car. This car, it's a Buick 8, Buick Roadmaster, gets found by these cops. They kind of tow it back to their shed where all kinds of strange stuff happens around this car for the next 20, 30 years, something like that. Like for years, they just kind of keep it hidden away. One guy goes to the car and because of his dealings with it, he dies shortly thereafter. His son, who is just a child at that time, becomes kind of the narrator of the book. It is his tale as he talks about this evil car that's impacted his family and their small town, this police force. It's cool. It's a cool book, honestly. I really liked it. I recommend it. But again, not a lot of plot. It is about the theme and this boy's life, basically, as he's growing up. It's kind of why I like it.
Yeah. So far, I haven't read a single book on this list. So,
well, not to spoil anything for you, but I don't think you will by the time we get to the end either. But that's okay. Hopefully this Back in Time is not a complete dud here. All right, number 6, The Crush by Sandra Brown. A surgeon looks for help from a police detective when a contract killer becomes obsessed with her. So I have not read that one. I've tried to read some Sandra Brown. It's not my thing. Number 5, The Jansen Directive by Robert Ludlum. A former American operative is lured out of retirement after a notorious terrorist? Yeah. Kidnaps a philanthropic billionaire. Have you ever read a Robert Ludlum book at all? Oh, man.
Nope.
So tons of his books have been adapted for the screen. You, I'm sure, are familiar with the Bourne movies. Those are the main ones. He wrote 3 Jason Bourne books. Those 3 are the first 3 movies that we got. This book, The Jansen Directive, I have a copy of this book. I have not read it yet, though. I bought it probably 15 years ago. So I say I have it. I'm getting around to it. It's on my to-be-read pile. This book is actually being adapted right now. They're making a movie out of this. It will star John Cena as the main character, Mr. Jansen. I don't know Mr. Jansen's first name, but I do know the main character's name is Jansen. So I thought that was neat. That's coming.
Yeah, I like John Cena.
Number 4, this is a big one. It's called Nights in Rodanthe by the amazing Nicholas Sparks. After her husband leaves her for someone younger, a 45-year-old woman finds romance. Man.
Nope.
I've never read a Nicholas Sparks book. I doubt I ever will. Either. No, definitely not my thing. My mom has a bunch of them on her bookshelf. She likes them. They're definitely chick lit, women's novels, women's stories. That's fine. You haven't read any of these yet, Aaron? Still haven't read any of them on this list? Okay.
None.
All right. Man, I thought you were a literary fellow.
I read, but I'm not reading these.
Okay.
So
you're reading the same garbage I am that are not bestsellers. Number 3.
That's right.
Number 3 is called Chasing the Dime by Michael Connelly. Have you ever read a Michael Connelly book?
Never.
Oh, man. Okay, so let me read you the description here of this one first. A molecular chemist becomes the prime suspect in the murder of a call girl, a hookah. So Michael Connelly, yes, she's a companion. That's right. I was trying to find a way to tie that into Firefly. So Michael Connelly is most famous for writing the Harry Bosch novels, The Lincoln Lawyer. Like, these are his things. They've adapted, there's 1 or 2 TV series now about Bosch, and Lincoln Lawyer has been a movie or 2, and maybe even a TV series as well.
Possible.
He
Matthew
also
McConaughey was in that, right?
Correct.
I think. Yeah.
Yep. He also wrote a book called Blood Work, which Clint Eastwood acted and directed. So a lot of his stuff has been adapted over the years. All of his books take place in one large shared universe. So like Bosch and I think his name is Mickey Haller is the Lincoln Lawyer. I could be wrong on that. I know that's another recurring character. They are actually, I think they may be half brothers or something. I forget what it is. They have some kind of significant relationship. But all the novels take place in one universe. So he has his Harry Bosch series, he has his Lincoln Lawyer series, but they are all interconnected, and it's cool. They share characters back and forth between them. It is pretty neat. This novel here, Chasing the Dime, is not actually in any of his other series. So this one is almost a total standalone. However, the main character in this is a minor character in a few other novels leading up to this one. So he was in it just a little bit. But overall, this novel stands basically alone. This is another series that I'm reading through. I'm only up to book 6 or 7 in the series at this point. So this is 12. Bro.
Hey, I'm lost on this back
You
in
are
time.
the.
I didn't read any of this stuff. I'm trying to entertain myself a little bit here.
That's good. Okay, well, I'm glad you're finding a way. All right, number 2. This is a very famous book. It's The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. You've heard of this one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I heard of it.
Did you hear of it because it's a movie as well?
Yes.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. A 14-year-old girl looks down from heaven as she describes what happens in the aftermath of her kidnapping and murder. I actually never knew what it was about, so that's kind of an interesting description. This did become a 2009 Peter Jackson movie. So this is one of the movies that he was doing between The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies. So that's cool. I'm glad he was keeping himself busy between all of his mega blockbusters there. The other movie he did in between was King Kong from 2005, which was not a great movie.
No, it was not great.
No. Okay. And number 1, I'm sure this is what you have been waiting for here. It is a novel called Q is for Quarry by Sue Grafton. Kinsey Milhone joins forces with 2 homicide detectives who are trying to solve a mystery that dates back to 1969. Were you shaking your head on this? Have you never heard of this? Have you ever heard of the Alphabet series of novels? A is for Alibi.
No.
All of that. Sue Grafton. Have you ever heard of Sue Grafton?
No. Look,
I'm done.
There's no superheroes.
I'm out.
There's like no. Well, that's our show, everybody. I guess Rob's left, so thanks.
All right. I'm back.
Look,
I'm back.
There's no sci-fi. There's no superheroes.
Yeah.
There's very little fantasy. This is all just like what I would say normies read. I don't.
Yes, you are correct. You are correct. So, this is what humans read. You are correct. Sue Grafton.
I'm a weird guy.
So, full disclosure, I have never read a Sue Grafton book because I always had the impression that they were probably on the female-centric side of the mystery spectrum, and I still believe that they are. However, I do want to read these books, but she wrote this whole series of books. She started these in 1982. She published one almost every year, all the way up to the year she died in 2017. It's called the Alphabet Series. Every one, she went in order. A is for Alibi, B is for something else, C all the way down to Y. She got all the way through the letter Y. Y is for Yesterday. That came out in 2017, which was the year that she passed away. These books were, they've sold like crazy. They are massively popular. For roughly 25 years, you could not go into a bookstore and not be greeted by her name waiting on a little table. You go to the mall, you walk into B. Dalton. There is a little table right there with her books stacked up on it when you walked in. Like you could not escape her. Hardcover, softcover, trade paperback, whatever we call them, everywhere. She is one of the biggest names in publishing for probably 20 to 25 years. You may not be super familiar with them because they didn't make any movies out of them. She had worked as a screenwriter for a while. And
she insulted.
You should. She refused to sell the rights of her books. She's like, I don't want anything to do with Hollywood. She would not sell her books to become movies. People wanted to. She threatened her kids. She said, after I die, if you sell the rights for my books to become movies, I will haunt you. Like she was vehemently opposed to it.
Good for her.
I agree. I'm glad she had standards, way to go. Awesome. So I have not read her books either. I am going to. They are definitely on my list of things to do. I'm just shocked. Sue Grafton, I'm blown away here.
I'm sure if I saw a cover, I would recognize it because I spent a lot of time at Walden Books.
Yeah. Is that what you guys had around here? Do you have Walden Books, not B. Dalton Booksellers?
Yeah, we had both, but the local mall that I went to had Walden Books, so that's where I spent. But I beelined it to the back right-hand set of shelves. Sci-fi, fantasy, superheroes.
Yeah. This is very appropriate because I feel like B. Dalton and Walden Books were very much 90s mall bookstores. Like they were steeped in 90s culture. Yeah. But so that's our books. I'm sorry there wasn't more on here that you knew. At least you've heard of some of them, the ones that also became movies. So that's something.
It's very true.
That is a little bit something there.
It's very true.
That is a little bit something there. So I feel like there's a lot of good stuff on here, and I do hope to get to several of these books, mostly because I hope to get to their series. I hope to get to them, within the next few months, probably. Maybe not these books, but their series for sure.
Yeah. So I will say, as I've gotten older, I would read these books at this point, but now I just don't have time to read.
Yeah.
So
I know you have to spend your time prepping for podcasts and then editing podcasts.
Yeah. And then apparently raising a family in there somewhere.
Man, that is the hard part. You got to work in kids.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
It is. You're very introspective and old manny today. I like it.
I almost put on a blazer. for this show,
You should have.
so I could do this.
Want to borrow one of my pipes next time? You can.
I was looking around. I was like, I wish I had a pipe. I need a pipe to contemplate these books. If I'm wearing the glasses, I can't also hold the glasses. Yeah. So, hey, I'm really sorry if this Back in Time was a dud. I love books, and I could look at books and talk about books all the time. So this was kind of a treasure for me to be able to talk books a little bit here today. I'll edit this down to like a minute and a half. I'll just do the name and the author and then cut everything else out.
But if anybody read any of these books, do Rob a solid. Put a comment out there. Talk to him about it.
Yeah, let me know. There'll probably be a video with just the Back in Time segment here where we'll talk about this. Talk to me about this. Like, I love books, and clearly Aaron is not going to talk to me about books because he has horrendous taste in books. So
you read the same stuff I read.
Yeah, I have horrendous taste as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you've read any of these or are familiar with these authors, reach out, talk to me. Unless it's Nicholas Sparks. Honestly, I don't have anything to say about Nicholas Sparks. He is a massively popular author. I just cannot do it. I just can't. So
yeah.
All right. If you've read him, you can talk to me about him too. It's fine.
Yeah. He did The Notebook, right?
Yeah, that's him.
I've seen that movie. So
you did?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I don't even remember what it was about.
Were you forced to sit through it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I just don't remember what it was about.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Time Traveling Mailbox.
That's the Lake House. That's the Lake House.
Oh, I don't know then.
Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. The Notebook is Ryan Gosling and I think Rachel McAdams.
Well, you seem to know a lot about it, Rob.
I sure do. I follow Rachel McAdams' career like big you wouldn't believe. I'm a big fan. She's awesome. I do think she's awesome, honestly. She
is cool. Yeah.
She is. If you ever have the time, since now we're on a Rachel McAdams tangent, if you ever have the time, there is an old British TV show called Slings and Arrows. It's a 3-season show. You know how British shows go. They only have like 6 or 7 episodes per season. She was on that show, at least for the first season. I don't remember if she came back for later seasons, but it is a show basically about a theater troupe. And it's about these people putting on a Shakespeare play. I forget. I think they're doing Hamlet in season 1. And that's what the show is about. And it's kind of a comedy, kind of a drama, and about people putting on this play. It's really cool. I highly recommend. Your daughter would probably like it.
Really?
She's into theater. It's kind of a theater-y program. I don't remember how suitable it is for kids, but it's a good show.
Yeah.
I highly recommend.
I have to check it out. Look it up.
See if you can find it somewhere. So anyway, sorry for the dud of a Back in Time. I hope that doesn't spell disaster for the rest of the show.
And we'll find out.
We will. Maybe it's best if you don't ask me about a movie in a minute. Because
hey, well, next week for the next Firefly episode, we are going to October 4th.
Okay.
2002.
Change. Okay.
But it'll be my Back in Time again, so I'll probably get another juicy one, and you can talk about books that nobody's read.
Sweet. I'm looking at the schedule, and I don't think so. At least there's a 2-week break from between the next 2 episodes. So
could be
maybe in that 2 weeks something else will happen. Just maybe do me a favor and don't take all the pop culture that came out. Maybe spread it up. Just do.
Nope.
Okay.
Doing it all, Rob. It's my Back in Time.
Hey, you're the one that has to listen to all this book talk. So think about it. Just think about it.
It's true. Yeah.
All right. Back in Time. It's done. Sorry.
All right. Books.
Many apologies.
We like books. We do like books.
We
really do.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm reading stuff. I got like 2 going right now.
Me too.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Just that list was iffy. But
also this is 2002. Were you still in high school in 2002?
I had just graduated. So, and to be fair, I was not reading a lot. I was living.
No high school graduate is spending time sitting around reading books. Very few. I'm sure there are some. But I was a noted book reader. Like I was the book nerd in my school. And even after I graduated 1997, for the next couple years, like I barely touched a book. It was just a very dry spell for me.
Yeah. I was trying to look at, I thought there was something I was reading, but no, it was in the 90s. I think I probably went on dry spell from 2001, maybe for 2 or 3 years there.
Yeah.
I just didn't read much.
It happens. You have friends, you're living, you're doing stuff.
Yeah. But do you? I think you have a movie in a minute. Should we do that?
You,
Spice things up a little bit.
yeah, I don't. We'll see. We'll talk about. We'll figure out how
Ah,
good. I mean, it's a crazy movie. It is crazy, so it might be worth talking about. I'll do my best to give you a succinct review in 60 seconds. But
okay. All right. I'm gonna get my timer going. Do you want to tell us the title
yeah, the
before we jump
movie
in?
is called Red Line. It's also called Death Line, and it's also called Armageddon. It has a lot of different titles. It's from
Oh yeah.
1997, though. It's not the Armageddon that we know.
I was gonna say, did I just get tricked? Because I
No,
didn't think I'd heard of this movie. I
no,
would love
Red
to
Line.
hear you do a movie in a minute for Armageddon,
Yes, and we
the one
should do
we'd
something
actually
like
know.
that. I know.
That'd be fun.
That would be
All right.
interesting, too. This is called Red Line. It stars Rutger Hauer, and it's from 1997.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna count down.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Red Line is set in the future, but it is set in an alternate universe, basically, where the Soviet Union still exists in the future. Rutger Hauer plays a guy named Wade, who is smuggling bio-cybernetic chips or some kind of MacGuffin. He's partnered with this guy named Merrick. At the beginning of the movie, Merrick double crosses Wade as they bring their goods into the USSR, and he kills Wade. Rutger Hauer blows him away along with his girlfriend. He takes the goods, he goes and lives his life. He makes a partnership with these people called the Troika. Back at the scene of the crime, this KGB general finds Wade's body and decides, I think I'm going to bring this guy back to life. Takes him back, brings him back to life, takes years to rehab. Then he escapes, and he goes on this mission to kill his former partner Merrick and get all of his money back. There's a lot of betrayal in here. The general is actually part of the Troika. He betrays everyone else in the Troika, uses Wade to kill them. But then there's another chick in here that's working with Wade. She betrays the KGB guy.
It's time.
Lots of betrayal, lots of backstabbing.
It actually
Yeah.
sounds really cool.
It honestly, and it looks really good. Also, this movie, I would say, if I had to put this word into just a couple words, I would say guns and knockers. Like,
That's all it is.
that's all this thing is. I mean, the USSR in the future where they're set is extremely corrupt and decadent, full of debauchery. Clothing is not just fashionable, it's totally optional. There are so many naked fight scenes in this movie. Like, it is mind-boggling. Like, people, the logic of it just escapes. Like, these people would not be fighting. You walk into a room and there's two people like boxing on some sparring bags. One's a man and one's a woman. The woman is probably not going to be topless because that would not feel good. Like, that would be inconvenient. Like, they want that tight. Like, that's what the purpose
Yeah.
of bra is. She is totally topless and doing this. And then he gets attacked by a totally different naked woman who's at least is wearing shoes. She just jumps on his back and is trying to strangle him. It is insane. Like, the amount, like, Rutger Hauer must have been like, I'm getting old. I need to do movies with more naked chicks. I'm sorry, I haven't done enough in my career. This is what I need. It was so over
That's
the top.
weird.
So over the top. Like, it was just nuts. It was wild. But the movie, like, it doesn't look like a cheap B movie. Like, it has great production value. There is some cool sci-fi stuff and effects. The fight scenes are really cool, even if you take out the naked people holding on to other clothed people. The fight scenes are really good and they're really cool. He's carrying around this hand cannon through the entire thing. Like, it is just this gun that's like this big and he's just blasting people. It was kind of a cool movie, but totally distracting and overwhelming with the amount of softcore porn in this thing. Like, it was, yeesh. Yeah, it was a little far. It was a bridge too far for me. I'm just going to say.
So would you recommend it? Red Line.
Well, I mean, that's a loaded question. How do you, depends on who you are. Depends on what you want out of a movie, I guess. If that's what you're looking for, you need some softcore porn. That's what you want. Then this is a good example of it. If you really want a story with like good action and good stuff, it's okay. I don't know if I'd recommend it. It's fine. If you're looking for a good wholesome movie to watch with your kids, then no, definitely not. This is not that movie.
Okay, I'll take it
There's
off
no
my list for
swearing.
movie
There's
night.
practically no swearing, but there's a few other objectionable things in here if you want to watch it with your children.
Yeah. No. I'll probably never see this one.
No. Yeah. Take it or leave it. If you have time and it sounds good to you, it's fine. Like, it's entertaining. It's definitely entertaining, but
or find one that was made that was cut for cable.
Be a very short movie.
Be a lot of blurred.
You take
scenes.
out either a lot of blurred or just a lot of cuts. I mean, there are so many naked Turkish baths in this movie. Like, literally any excuse they can find.
That's funny.
Naked people.
That's
Fancy
funny.
ball? Well, sure. In this version of the USSR, people just don't wear shirts.
They just go naked.
Going clubbing? Sweet. Let's get those clothes off.
Super weird.
Yes, it was way too much. Way too much. Just saying. Yeah. So again, I must apologize for both my back in time and for my movie in a minute. I was not expecting that when I turned that movie on.
At least we got a movie in a minute.
We did. We did. I know.
It's good. It's
totally derailed. Any thoughts? Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to jump into Firefly? We want to get off of
Probably should.
books that nobody read and
movies no one should watch.
Action movies that nobody should watch. Couldn't even recommend a movie in a minute today.
I'm really sorry. It's
all right, Rob. You know, I threw you off your game. You let me take over some of this stuff, doing back in times, and you know, you're just off your mojo today. We'll get it back.
Okay. All right.
We'll get it back.
I hope so.
Yeah. It's all right.
All right. Take us into this episode. Maybe you can get us back on track.
Yeah. So the Firefly episode today, Safe, picks up from our last episode, Shindig, where Mal picks up the contract to ship some cows somewhere. Some planet that I could never understand what they were saying every time they said it in this episode.
I think it was a Chinese name.
Yeah, I had no clue what they were saying.
Yeah.
But this one's pretty cool because we start getting some flashbacks in this. So I'm going to sum up the flashbacks real quick. And we're just going to get through those first.
Good idea.
So it opens with the flashback of Simon and River when they were younger, living at home, and you get to meet Simon's parents through these flashbacks. They're very hoity-toity, like wealthy people, right? Yeah, like definite pinky up. The dad's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for the guy.
He also reminded me heavily of Ray Romano. I don't know about you.
Oh, now that you said that, yeah. Yeah, but like way less funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not funny at all.
Yeah, not even close.
Ray is great.
Yeah.
This guy, not so much.
Yeah, I love that show. Everybody loves Raymond. Yeah, it's good. It's a good one. But so in this first flashback, we get a young Simon and young River. Simon's studying, River's trying to play games, right? Just hang out with her big brother. They come in and they talk to their dad, and it's like basically a conversation about when do I get my first cell phone? And that's all you really need to know.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. And then later on, we have some more flashbacks where River's been sending some of those letters that Simon had hinted at in previous episodes. You know, like he's like, yeah, something's not wrong, but are you guys even reading these letters? She's talking about things that don't exist. It's nonsense. None of it makes sense. But the parents are like, nah, you're just overreacting. You know, you're going to be a doctor. Just go be a big doctor. So that's pretty much what we get through these flashbacks. Parents that don't care. Simon, who obviously cares a ton, and he's going to go do what he can do.
The parents care about status.
They do. They care about status. Yeah. And in the final flashback, I think it's even Simon. His dad's getting him out of jail because he was in the Black Quarter talking to somebody about how he might be able to save River and all this stuff. So, yeah. So that's all the flashbacks. But in the episode, they get all the cows off the ship.
Hope this corral's strong enough to hold them. Shepherd's a purely figurative title, you know.
Next time we smuggle stock, let's make it something smaller.
Yeah, we should start dealing in those black market beagles.
They lined up buyers with Badger, so they start negotiating that. But the local sheriff shows up during the negotiation. He's going to arrest the two brothers that are trying to buy the cows. It turns into a shootout.
For a totally unrelated crime. Like, it has nothing to do with smuggling these cows. It's totally separate.
Yeah. And it was funny, too, because the sheriff was like, I'd like to see the paperwork on these cows. But it was right after the deal was done. So Mal says, it's their cows. I don't know.
Yep.
Like,
Talk
you gotta
to them. They're the rightful owners.
Yep. But so shootout starts. It's pretty cool. Zoe shoots from a distance. She shoots a gun out of one of the bad guy's hands. One of the brothers. Like, that was a pretty nice shot. Yeah. It was really cool. She's standing up on a cliffside. She looks all badass. It's awesome. Yep. Shootout happens. Everything. The dust finally settles, and oh no, Shepard got shot.
No.
Yeah, and it's a big deal. The problem is that the doctor and Inara and Kaylee and River all went into town. Inara and Kaylee came back, but nobody knows where Simon and River are. So they kind of disappear. So River kind of wanders off. Simon's watching her. She got into there's like a dance thing going on in town.
Like an Irish square dance.
Yep. And she's up there dancing. But somehow she knew the minute that they found Shepard shot, River, she sensed it. She knew. And then shortly after that, Simon gets kidnapped and River had disappeared again. And then River gets kidnapped because she thinks Simon's playing hide and seek. She finds him in the woods with his captors and stuff.
That knucklehead.
So, yeah, I know. I gotta tell you, I'm I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of Simon. Like, he bothered me in this episode.
Yeah, he's kind of a prick.
He is. He's kind of a jerk. And we can talk about some of those scenes. I didn't put him into this, but so Wash goes to find. They send Wash out. He's got to go find Simon. Can't find him, but he finds out that people often just go missing in this town.
The hill people, the
hill
kidnap
people.
folk.
Yep, they just take. So they're trying to save Book, and they leave. They pack up Serenity, and they just go. They go off planet
elsewhere.
Yep. So we'll stick to that storyline. So they're trying to find these other planets to go to, but they're all too far away. And Inara's like, put your pride away. You know what you need to do to get this guy help. You're going to find an Alliance ship and you're going to go ask them. So that's what they end up doing. Yeah. And the Alliance are really just evil because they get on Serenity and they're like, we're not an emergency medical thing. How should we help you? You know, they start putting him through and it's like, just help this guy. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know,
he's dying right in front of you. And you're just like, oh, that's not our job.
Yeah. Like, what a jerk. But Book says, as he's lying there dying, he says something about his ident card. And they scan it, and the Alliance is like, get this man on the ship immediately. Yep. So something there. We don't know what. Something there. So they say Book. In the meantime, Simon was kidnapped, but you find out that the people that kidnapped him aren't really bad people. They're just trying to make a living and a life for a bunch of other people in the hills in this town that they've prepped, and they needed a doctor.
I guess it depends on your
kidnapping is bad.
Okay, all right.
But the motivation is good. There's people that need help in the town, and he was just trying to help them. And they're even going to take care of the doctor. He gets his own house. So as long as you get past this whole like taking me against my will stuff,
true, you're
fine.
As soon as you get past that, right?
Yeah. But Simon does. He helps a lot of people out, and it's cool. And you can tell that he's actually kind of thinking about maybe staying there. That becomes kind of I think he's kind of curious about it for a while.
Yeah, maybe.
Because River's happy, and it's a quiet place for River to get healthy and heal. And
maybe they could hide from the Alliance there without having to be stuck on a ship.
Yeah.
With a captain that doesn't like him.
Yeah.
And plus, he gets to help people. Like, I think, like, he's a doctor. He wants to help people.
He does.
And he got to do that.
Yep, he did. He rolled up his sleeves and got to work.
Yeah.
But of course, none of this happiness continues because there's a little mute girl that is in the clinic that they're helping in.
Ruby.
And Ruby. Yep. And River somehow immediately knows exactly what happened to her. And the nurse that's there that's amazing. She talked to you. She hasn't talked to anybody. And River's like, no, she didn't talk to me. So immediately River's a witch.
Yep.
She knows things that she shouldn't know. You know, she's got tricks.
She's a witch.
Do
you remember in Princess Bride, you got Miracle Max, Billy
Yes.
Crystal, and his wife, and she's like, I'm not a witch, I'm your wife. Every time I hear you say she's a witch, like, I think you said it last week, even for some reason, I don't remember why it came up, but I was in my head, I was like, I'm not a witch, I'm your wife.
That is a really good movie. Yeah.
Amazing.
We should do a Princess Bride movie in a minute or watch through.
I would not want to do a movie in a minute of that. We could not do it justice. That is too good of a movie to try to squeeze into a minute.
Yeah. It's so good.
A magnificent movie.
Yeah. I've got the book on my shelf.
Yeah, me too.
But I haven't read it. Yeah.
There's different editions of the book, if you're curious. Each one has slightly different material after the regular part of the book. So like I have one that has a few chapters of a sequel that never actually happened, but he like put in a little bit about the sequel.
Oh, that's cool.
There's also a chunk, and I think each successive edition includes everything that came before it. But he put in like an afterword in one of the books, which is completely fictional. He's talking about the land of Florin and how he went there to do all this research, and it's a completely fictional place. So it's like everything is completely made up, but I view it as part of the book, like because it is also fiction. So to me, it's all part of the story. Yeah,
it's baked in.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
It is a good book. I recommend if you haven't read it. Oh, we're back to talking about books.
I know, but this is one I have on my shelf. It's on my read shelf. I need to get to it. It's coming up.
You should. It's definitely a good read. So, it's fun. Very much fun.
But yeah,
I'm not a witch. I'm your wife.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the nurse lady goes out and starts ringing the bell, and everybody comes out, and River doesn't help herself because the patron of the town comes out, and River immediately reads his mind. And she's like, oh, yeah, the old patron was sick, but you went and sat by his bedside, but then you murdered him. And he immediately is just like, burn her on the stake.
He says she knows things she shouldn't, and she's lying. Well, does she know things she's not supposed to know, or is she lying? Which one is it? It can't be both. Either she's telling what happened or she's making it all up.
Yeah.
One way or the other, patron. Either way, you're just using this as your scapegoat to get rid of her so you can stay in power here.
Yeah. So they tie her up to the stake. They're about to burn her. Simon realizes they can't get out of it. There's too many people. So he's just like, if you're going to kill her, you're going to kill the doctor, the first doctor he found. And he climbs up there with her. But then here comes the cavalry. Serenity comes down. Jane's going looking through the cargo hold with the shotgun with the laser on it.
Yeah.
With a laser scope, which I think is always funny that you got a shotgun with laser scope, because a shotgun's kind of just spray and pray kind of gun. You just point and shoot.
It's a future gun, so who knows?
It might,
Maybe it's not a shotgun spray. Maybe it's like a slug of some sort.
Or
maybe
something.
it's lasers.
I don't know.
Who knows?
You don't know. That's true. Yeah. And then Mal and Zoe come around the corner behind the angry mob.
Yeah.
And they go in and save the day. Everybody gets on Serenity, and Simon's asking Mal, "Why'd you save us? You don't even like us." And in a very Princess Bride kind of way, he kind of says, "As you wish." He's like, "You're part of my crew."
I like that tie-in.
See that tie-in?
Yeah, like
you're part of my crew. Why are we still talking about this? You're part of my crew.
Yep.
So that's the way of Mal saying, "You're accepted. You're one of us. We care about you." So
take care of our own.
That's right. Yep. So
yeah.
So fun little episode. Did you have anything that stood out to you in this one? Anything you really liked?
Lots of stuff that I liked in this episode. I did want to point out that when they're in the village there's kind of like a nurse lady that helps out.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's the one that kind of acclimates Simon to the area there.
Yeah, same one that accuses her of being a witch.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever caught her name in this episode. However, she is played by Erica Tazel, who you don't know because you have never watched the show Justified, no matter how much I have tried to get you to watch this show. I am so disappointed in you this episode, Aaron. I am so sorry.
I know you are.
I got to fix my attitude. I'm just...
How long did it take me to read Irredeemable?
Probably 10 years.
Okay. How long have you been asking me to watch Justified? Probably not quite 10 yet.
It's getting close. If not 10, it is close. But she played Deputy U.S. Marshal Rachel Brooks on that show. Who is basically a side character, but she's very cool on that show, and I liked her here as well. So good actress, liked her in that role. What else stood out? So I don't know. We should get this out of the way right now. So Shepherd Book and that ident card, like they're like, what kind of what? That's what they're asking too. They're like, what could there be on his ident card that could get that kind of treatment from the Alliance, that kind of respect and treatment?
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts? What's your guess? And there is a comic book that I think deals with this. I have not read it. I don't know what's in it.
Right. So we're speculating.
Yeah.
But
I also don't know if we should count the graphic novels as being official canon anymore, especially with the new series coming out. That may overwrite anything that's been done there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm sure we'll get some official clarification at some point.
Yes.
I think he definitely worked for the Alliance. I think that he was not always a shepherd. I think he was like an agent or something for the Alliance. Because he seemed to know a lot, right? He knew a lot about Clarence from the first episode. Lawrence, whatever. That guy was lame. I didn't like that guy.
Yep.
He just knows a lot. He understands how the system works, you know? And but he wouldn't even open up. Mal was asking him when they got him back on Serenity, ask him about it. And he's like, yeah, I could tell you. And, you know, I hope someday that I will.
Someday. Yep. Season 2. Season 2. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. So I don't know what you think. What do you think?
I agree. I think he was some kind of special agent or operator. Like, I don't want to say special forces because I don't think he was military, but more like on the sneaky spy intelligence side of some sort. Yeah, I think because he also knows about the bad guys, like that gangster Niska. He's like, "Is this Adeline Niska we're talking about?" Hey, then this is what I think. Like, he knows. How does a preacher man, Jane asks, know so much about criminals?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think he must have been some kind of intelligence agent, some kind of special agent, probably undercover agent is how I see it. Because he's also like, he and Jane work out together. So he's probably jacked, like he's pumping iron. He knows how to fight. He knows how to handle himself in a fight. Like, I think he was probably some kind of special agent. Yeah.
Even when Mal's trying to negotiate for the cows, you know, Book shows up and he's like, everything all right? Like, because he can tell it's kind of looking a little tense when the negotiations don't go the way they want him to.
He's like, these guys seem a mite jumpy to you. Yep. Like he knows how to read people. Yeah. And that's not something you learn. I mean, a preacher man could probably learn that as well. But he's seeing
Right.
like the sketchy side, and he is knowing what to look for, what to pick up.
Yeah. There's some cool history there.
Yeah. There's a scene at the beginning before all the bad stuff goes down when Inara and Kaylee are in a gift shop, and they're looking at some stuff. They're like, I don't know, is this a duck? And Kaylee's like, no, it's a swan. It's clearly a duck, if not a goose, but not a swan. But you know what? Maybe they don't have them anymore in this universe. Like in their story, Earth that was our Earth got used up, and they went and terraformed a whole nother solar system and made new planets. Maybe all the ducks and geese and swans died off, and they were not able to take those. Because we did see at the beginning of this, the hill people were skinning a rabbit, making them some dinner there. They were ripping the skin right off the thing. It was clearly just a rabbit like we have here, because everything in this universe is from Earth. Like they have taken Earth creatures, Earth people, Earth plants, and put that onto these alien planets. So there is no actual alien life. It is all Earth oriented. So maybe all the geese and swans are gone. Kaylee just doesn't know what they actually look like.
Well, it looked like a bad carving to me. So it could be
definitely
any one of those things.
But it was rough. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It was funny in that same scene. She's looking at this plate and she's like, do you think this would make a good gift? And she wants to give it to Simon because she's taken with him. But why would he want a plate with that anyway? But then when he comes into the store, he's like, can you believe they're actually charging for this crap?
No, she looks so hurt.
She is.
I felt bad for Kaylee.
And then like he basically throws a fit over their living conditions. He talks about how terrible it is to be living out there, having to
the edge of the outer system
and civilization, like out there like that. He takes it a step too far when he insults Serenity.
Yep.
An insult of Serenity is like an insult to Kaylee herself.
Yeah.
And so she kind of storms off. She's upset. She's done with it.
Yeah.
So
he tries to cover, saying that. What did he try to say? I was being ironic. She's like, no, you were being mean.
She says, you meant every word of what you just said. He said, well, technically I was being ironic, so I didn't mean any of it. And she's not having it. It was just like,
you're just being mean.
She's like, don't gaslight me. You're being mean.
Yeah.
I know that. I know what it is.
Yeah. And I like Inara's little side looks when this is all happening. They'll just flash to her and she's just like, oh, geez, dude, be quiet. Stop talking.
Stop while you're ahead.
Yep.
Let's see. What else was in this episode? I don't know. What else were you thinking about that you didn't discuss?
Honestly, it was a pretty straight to the point episode. River does have a moment of clarity in this one. She finds some berries that she's going to feed to Simon, and she opens up to him and says, I know you think that I'm always confused, and I am, but she explains to him why. Like, she's like, I've just seen everything. I remember all of it. And she's talking about probably the bad things that have happened when she was with the Alliance. And so you start to get a little glimpse of what's actually going on in her head, which is pretty intense, because she's like, they screwed me up, so you feel bad for her. But they do have a little moment there, which is really nice.
There's also a funny moment in here where after the Firefly takes off, a couple funny moments. Like Simon and River are being walked through the woods by the hill people. And Simon says to River,
it's going to be okay. They'll find us. Once the captain realizes what happened, they'll come.
Yeah, Serenity's gone. Yep.
But also, shortly after that, we see Jane looting their quarters. Like he immediately goes, everyone's dealing with Shepherd Book, and he goes to the siblings' quarters and is rooting through all their stuff, stealing whatever he can find. He's fake reading Simon's journal.
Dear Diary, today I was pompous and my sister was crazy. Today we were kidnapped by hill folk, never to be seen again. It was the best day ever.
Which is hilarious because I doubt Jane can even read.
Yeah, probably not.
Who knows? He's probably looking at a medical textbook and pretending it's a diary because he can't read the words.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
And then at the end, after they get them back, there's this scene where he's hurriedly rushing into their room and just dumping out all the stuff he stole from them.
His whole book bag of stuff.
Yeah, he's like, Doctor, good to have you back on our ship here with us. And then scurries out of the way.
Yeah.
Jane's funny. Weird. I like Jane. He is a funny character. There's a scene earlier, too, where right after they find Shepherd Book has been shot, Jane asks Mal, he's like, hey, did you get the cash?
Oh, yeah, they're trying to get him on the ship. He's like, but did you get paid?
paid, and he just glares at him. He's like,
Yeah.
the time he did get paid, he got the money, but
Yeah.
that's beside the point.
Yeah.
That he got that before he knew that Shepherd Book had been shot.
Yeah. Do you get nervous every time, like Mal and the crew get encountered by the Alliance or the law on some planet? How do they always get out of it?
It definitely does not seem logical that they should keep skating
Yeah.
by. Like
Yeah.
when they board the Alliance ship in this one,
Mhm.
they identify their ship. They're like, this is the Firefly class ship Serenity. But when they get on there, they give the guy their creds, and he's looking at it, and he calls him Captain something else, but it's not
It's
Malcolm
got a
Reynolds.
super fake name.
But the Serenity should be on someone's registry. Like they should be starting to tie this ship together with some of these events that are happening out here on the rim. You
Yeah.
would think.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I like how you get an ident card that you can scan, but they just take paper credentials from the captain of the ship.
Yeah.
Like, no need to
That's
keep
all we
looking
need.
through this.
Yeah.
Except
Yep.
your credentials are expired, but yeah, we'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Well, let me give you a bit of my review of the episode here. It's funny also at the end when they're trying to burn River at the stake, and Mal and Zoe are there.
The girl is a witch.
Yeah, but she's our witch. So cut her the hell down.
I like when he says that.
Yeah, just like, what? She's ours.
Yep, she's our witch. Okay, so this episode, there's a lot going on here. There's also not a lot going on here.
Yeah.
It felt like there was no A plot to this story. These both felt like B plots.
Yeah.
Along with that, again, we ran into this last time. Many characters do not have a lot to do in this episode.
Right.
Wash has like 2 lines, which is criminal because he is the funniest person on the show. Now, this episode was not necessarily an episode for humor. I get that. At a certain point, Shepherd Book has been shot. Although I will say that happening, which is basically where the episode gets going, that's where the plot really starts, is a third of the way into the episode. It was like 17 minutes in. Before that, it's just selling cows and looking at gifts in a shop. That's it, which to me, it took way too long to get to that. But when he gets shot, that's kind of what fires off their storyline. But after that point, it's basically just Mal and him talking to Shepherd Book. There are some moments, Zoe spends some time with Shepherd Book, making jokes with him and trying to comfort him and just doing some field medicine until they can get to help. But it's not much of a part. Wash barely in this thing. Jane has a little bit of humor early on, but a lot of these folks, Inara has almost nothing to do in this episode. Like these people, they're still trying to figure out how to tell their story. I think by these people, I mean the writers. They're still trying to figure out how to tell their story here. And this, to me, it wasn't very cohesive. Now, like I really liked the big hero rescue at the end of this episode. That was cool, and you couldn't have gotten that unless they had actually flown away and totally left the planet. I get that. Or maybe there was another way you could do it. I don't know. It definitely felt good. But again, it just felt like 2 minor stories, and there was no big overarching like main story to this, which I think it definitely lacked. I feel like that would have helped it. Because of the serious nature of Shepherd Book getting shot, I don't feel there was a ton of room for some witty banter in this episode. That definitely takes away from it because the man is sitting there almost dying, basically. Simon actually had a little bit of funniness when he was at the village with the hill people, but not a ton. And just kind of not, to me, it's the least funny episode we've had so far. That includes one where there was a reaver running around their ship. That one had a lot of humor on it.
It did.
This one just did not have very much humor. People didn't have a lot to do. The whole point of this episode was at the end when Mal...
Captain, why did you come back for us?
You're on my crew.
Yeah, but you don't even like me. Why'd you come back?
You're on my crew. Why are we still talking about this? Chow's in 10. No need to dress.
Like, you're part of the crew, and then they go and they all sit down and they have like big family dinner. And that's basically where we realize they are like one big dysfunctional family because they are all part of the same crew. That means they will do anything for each other. At one point earlier in the episode, when Mal leaves the planet, he leaves those 2 behind. He says, listen, I've already lost 2 of my crew today, meaning the 2 Sibs, the Tams. And he says, I've already lost 2. I will not lose a third, which really that's the first time you start thinking about it, I think, in this show. This is episode 4, right? 4 or 5. This is 5, I think.
Yeah. 5.
Like they are included now as part of his crew. Like he will do what he will try to save them, protect them, just like he would Zoe or Wash or Kaylee. Maybe not Jane. I don't know. He's kind of a pain.
Yeah,
And
that's
sooner or later,
sketchy.
he's going to turn on everyone else. But he will do whatever he can for them because they are his crew and he feels ownership for them. Like he's going to protect them. And that's the whole point of this episode, which I really do. I like that a lot. I just don't care for the way the story was told to get to that point. I think it was kind of lacking. I would give this 3 out of 5 Crazy Ivans. So slightly
Okay.
better than Shindig
Yeah.
last week's episode.
Yeah.
On par with Bushwhacked for me.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I just talked
Yeah.
a whole lot. I'm sorry. What are your feelings here?
Yeah.
I am really ruining this whole episode today. You should have done this one without me. I'm sorry.
Fine. It's good. It's good. Books. The children love the books. If anybody knows the elf. I don't know. I think this episode was mostly a Simon and River episode. I think the flashbacks were trying to catch you up to kind of the lifestyle that they lived, who their parents were, so who they were. And then even the scenes when they're in the old shop looking around, it's just Simon chasing after River, being worried that she's going to touch something that's going to hurt herself or disappear and run off. And then she does. And it's just a clever way to kind of separate them. I think that was the main purpose. Even the Book part with Book getting shot, I think that was mostly just as a way to tease his history, because that's literally all you get out of that. Because that wound, I'm pretty sure anybody could have healed that, especially Zoe and Mal, who were in a war. Because it didn't look like it was in the heart. It was just a high, just under the shoulder wound. I don't know. It just didn't look that bad.
I don't know. It was a lot of blood. A lot of blood, man.
Yeah, it was.
I think it served 2 purposes: to tease his history, but also to get them to leave the siblings behind.
Sure. Yeah.
Dual purposes.
Again, to keep the Simon River story going.
Yeah.
But yeah, there wasn't. You're right. They both felt like B plots. Like they couldn't just figure out one story that they wanted to focus on. So I wouldn't even give it 3. I was going to give it 2. It was fine. It was a fun episode. Had some action, some cool stuff in it. You learned some things.
You do.
But it was just, again, very light. They didn't include enough people. So, and even the stuff you learn about Book isn't enough.
No, tease. Just a
and
tease.
It's like, did you even need to tease it that way?
Yeah.
And make this big deal about it just so we learn that he might be a part of the Alliance at some point? Like that was all you're trying to do? So, yeah, a little heavy.
Yep, I agree. I don't disagree with your 2. I mean, I'm at a 3, but that's okay. It's definitely not one of the better episodes for sure. The last couple have been more thematic. Like it's almost like the plot doesn't matter as much. The plot is there to tell us the theme, what we're trying to learn. We're learning about Malcolm and Inara's relationship last time. This one we're learning about River and Simon together.
Yeah, and a little bit about Book.
Yeah. Also, Mal's relationship to his crew is what this one is also telling us. So, they are doing some things right. There are multiple levels here. We're learning multiple things. The story, the way they're telling it, just hasn't been great the last couple.
Yeah.
Compared to Firefly, again, still a good episode. Like this is I don't know if there's a bad episode of Firefly.
No,
just one.
Yeah, like a 2,
a lower tier episode.
A two is not bad.
Yeah.
Still watch this.
Yeah.
Still watch this episode. You have to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. We learn some stuff in this one, even if it's kind of a yawner.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So, so our next episode, Our Miss Reynolds, this is the one that we got out of order a couple episodes back, but we're finally here. But because we're watching this in the intended order and not the air date order, this one does take place before this episode. So this was the original episode 3. So this episode originally aired Friday, October 4th, 2002. Mal and his crew goes to a planet. They party with the locals. I'm just reading it as is written, people. Yeah. When the Serenity leaves the planet, Mal finds a beautiful woman named Saffron sneaking in the ship, and who tells him that she is his wife. Shepard recalls the party includes that Mal has married Saffron in accordance with the customs of the planet. While the crew is entertained by the situation, Mal plans to leave Saffron on the next planet. But out of the blue, he is attacked by Saffron, who also attacks Washburn, who might be the mysterious Miss Reynolds. Bum, bum, bum.
That's a good one. Yeah. I also think it's hilarious when these descriptions reference Washburn. Like we get Wash's name, like of Washburn, maybe once in this whole show, maybe twice. It was very minimal.
Yeah,
it's goofy, but this is a fun episode. Can't wait for this one. It's got Christina Hendricks in it. She's cool. She did Mad Men, and it's a good show. So
yeah,
I like her.
Yep,
I like her. All right. Our Mrs. Reynolds. That's what we're talking next time. Can't wait for that one. Should be fun. Do we have anything else today?
No. I think that's it. I think we covered it.
Awesome. Well, if you can, please find us on the socials, YouTube. We got a big presence there. Leave us some comments. Talk to us about this. I'm especially interested if you want to talk books. But also
somebody
Firefly.
please talk books. Please talk books to him.
I can't count on Aaron for it. So if someone else can talk some books with me, lots of popular writers we talked about today. So hopefully someone has read some of them. Let's discuss. But otherwise, thanks for watching today, everybody. This has been Broadcast Obituaries, Season 4, Episode something. And I have been your host, Rob.
I'm your other host, Aaron. It's Episode 5.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
We'll check you next time.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
I can see a cat walking in your background.
You saw a cat? She just walked by.
Just a tiny little bit. There's a tiny little corner of your screen where I could see her walk by.
Little chunk. She's over here laying down now.
Nice. Oh, well, she's a chunk. That walk probably wore her out. Moved from the bed
looks,
to the floor. Whew.
She looks tired.
Spent. It's tough carrying all that weight around.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure it's all fur. It's all just fur. She's wearing a big coat.
Yeah, we'll say it's all fur. Sure.